Hello, everyone. See, we need to be mindful about what we put in our mind. What do we leave into the channels of our senses? Through the eye gates, the ear gates. You know, what do we ingest? What do we eat? And this, of course, applies to the physical realm, which means nutrition. But especially in 2024, where there are so many apps and commercials and influencers, people who try to polarize people, so many news channels. It's about the messages that we get, that the information we process. This is the mental food. So what do you listen to? What do you ingest? What do you put in your body? By the way, what you put on your skin should be something that you would also eat. So if you're using a lotion that you would not eat, I suggest you think again. What you put in your skin, on your skin, will go into your body. Your skin is absorbing it, okay? So, the message is about information, about toxic information mainly. Let me focus on that. I've been following different YouTube creators, you could say influencers, and I sometimes changed the people I follow. So I stopped following some people and coming back to others and so on. And I have noticed the message somebody conducts or conveys or provides is like a meal, like a dish they cook for you. And it comes from their vibration, from their mental state, from their education, from their whole being, what they are. And some of these vibes and things are very subtle. And they cook a dish for you. And sometimes, especially when you are in a certain state yourself, maybe desperate state, then you might fall for narratives like desperate situations call for desperate measures or something like that. And you might listen to a message that is a little bit whatever. I don't even want to judge, but I think nobody wants to belong to any fundamentalists or extremists of any kind. And now, when we go to this metaphor, they cook a meal for you. It might be very fancy, very tasty. It might be so seductive, you know. But there is just one small thing that leaves just a bitter taste. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. Sometimes the same cook makes a meal for you that really tastes good. But the next day, there is something mixed in. And your inner voice keeps telling you, I don't completely agree with that. And this can be, you know, there's people who are so crafty with words. They might appear impressive. They might be bold. They might, for some reason, you need a part of their message, but the other thing, you don't like it that much. Now, what I want to tell you is it's really important who you listen to, and I would suggest that you only take in clean messages, that you really fully subscribe. I mean, the process is good to, you know, so to say, look over beyond that, what is your comfort zone. But it can be dangerous because the set of beliefs that you have is who you are, is what the world will reflect to you, okay? And if you have, you know, these Hollywood artists, they might have done things that are not acceptable. That, you know, some people did things that are not cool just to get where they are. And then they start bringing out the positive message. After doing, you know, okay, let me just put out the cliche. I don't want to make a super eloquent message today. They sell their soul. They do some dirty stuff. Then they're successful. And then they come in through with that positive message, okay? Or there are these people who are so crafty and have everything at their disposal, but again they're mixing something in. And what the poison is that spoils, just a little bit of poison can spoil the whole beautifully cooked meal, the whole crafty, eloquent message that you like so much, but it's spoiled. Why? It is if people divide, if they don't have an inclusive mindset, if they exclude others from the truth. Okay? So you can identify and define yourself in any way you want. But when it comes to a message, to something that you share, I believe people who try to exclude others, try to separate others, they separate themselves, they exclude themselves. I don't want to eat that message. I don't want to have it in my mind. It will backfire if you ingest these messages and unconsciously adopting these sets of beliefs. These people program you. And what happens is that because of they are so crafty, so successful, such a good message to 95%, but the 5% of poisonous subtext, subtle information, they repeat it over and over and over again. And you will unconsciously adopt this opinion. So if you not listen to your instinct that says there's something off, it doesn't, there's something I don't like, you will ingest this, you will introject this set of beliefs, make it your own voice, and then you will offend other people with speaking something that is not coming from your authentic experience, okay? Now let me give you a clean message now. When you speak of your own experience and your own emotion, like beginning a sentence with, I'm speaking of my experience now, I experienced, or I feel, or whatever you speak really comes from your experience, you can still hurt people with it, but at least you are representing yourself in an authentic way. And this is, in my opinion, okay. But to speak an opinion that somebody created, a narrative that has been programmed in your mind, and you offend other people with it, and this will backfire on you, and you will be like, oh, well, you're right, I have not made the same experience, but still I was conducting the same message. Why is that? Why? Yeah, you listen to the wrong stuff. You become influenced. You become programmed. You become a part of the matrix that is running the propaganda of another person. So, I'm speaking to individuals, to people who don't belong to any groups. You can belong to a group. You can say, I go here to this group, I'm there. This is what you identify with. This is your social circle. But the more you think about who you really are, the less you fit anywhere. And this is the idea of pluralism, okay, of all the colors, all the individuals. And this is creating an equilibrium of forces. We don't want division, we don't want polarization, we don't want groups, fundamentalist groups. We want strong individuals. And this is, if everybody would have this opinion, a world war or a huge war would not be possible. A war is only possible if the division is successfully programming two sides or only three sides, and then one half can fight against the other half. No. If only two people fight and everybody else stands around and says, oh, I don't belong to them. I'll let them find out who is stronger and then we're done. This means we don't have a huge fight ever. Understand that. Stay true to yourself and be careful of the hive mind mentality. Right so, Bombaklat.